it still stands at the same. They haven't been able to locate the two bodies so far since the eruption now, and with weather elements working on on side by side. Unfortunately, the weather has taken a turn, so visibility as of Saturday morning was quite poor. Divers have been brought in, and uh, divers from the Navy as well will be boosting the operation because, as you said, one of the bodies have been spotted in the water. But the waters around the volcano go to a depth of about 800 meters. So looking for a body and in what condition it might be in is going to be a very, very challenging task. And I'm not sure how much time they can logistically dedicate to this operation. Now, the other body, they have not found any signs of from aerial footage. Like I said, visibility in the ocean is only about between 0 and 2 meters, depending on where they are. Now, also the water around the volcano has become very contaminated. So the divers are being washed with fresh water every time they come up. Also, the gases are getting even more toxic. Although the seismic activity has decreased significantly, in fact, down to almost 35% overnight, but the situation is still very volatile. And because of the toxicity of both the air and the water, it is still going to be a very challenging operation.
Radhika, what's the latest in terms of possible compensation for the families of those who died, also for those who are injured? Not just in terms of New Zealand's potential liability there, but also that cruise ship that was visiting New Zealand and White Island at the time. Has the cruise company said anything? Because they organise these trips, obviously, in conjunction with tour operators in whichever country they're visiting.
That's interesting because if you remember, most of the people on the island, of the 47, about 38 were from the cruise ship Ovation of the Seas. Now, just to give you an idea, that's the largest liner. And there are about 6,000 people. That's about 1,500 crew and 4,500 passengers. And of those 4,500 passengers, only about 38 of them chose to go on this tour, on this day trip, which is a very popular day trip, but it's not without risks. Now, I believe they do sign waivers and disclaimers, but how much of those disclaimers can be called in to sort of waive, to exempt the tour guides and tour operators of any fault should the investigation that WorkSafe is doing or will undertake, if they find that there had been any flouting of rules? That would be interesting to know. Secondly, the cruise liners had refunded hundreds of dollars worth in terms of credits to their passengers, and not just the victims, but everybody on board. The investigation is probably right now, they've only started initial investigations, and they've already found out that apparently 3 of the helicopters that were operating did not have required adventure sports licenses. Now, we're going to probably see a can of worms, so to speak, open up about this.